Jobs that are most likely going to disappear in 20 years. Did you know that in 1920, there was a full-time career dubbed human alarm clock? As the name suggests, people would hire a person who would wake them up every morning. The human alarm clock would walk around streets making loud noises so that people would wake up. So if you were some reason thinking of applying for this job, I'm sad to say that this job no longer exists. Disappointing, I know. But just like time and technology eroded the human alarm clock, it will do the same for so many careers and jobs that we currently have. So in today's video, we've compiled a list of jobs that are most likely going to disappear in the next 2 decades. One, travel agents. A while back, if you wanted to book yourself or family a trip to the beautiful beaches of Hawaii, you would have to pop into a travel agency and peruse through a couple of brochures and then have a chat with a sales rep before finally making your decision. And of course, paying a lump sum, which is probably way above the necessary price. Today, however, things are so much different. All you need is access to the internet and a credit or debit card, and probably some time to do the necessary research. With sites like TripAdvisor, Trivago, Airbnb, and Booking.com, it has never been easier to organize your own trip. Today, many agencies are closing their shops and offices and focusing on online opportunities in the industry. I believe in the next 10 to 20 years, travel agents will be long forgotten. 2. Cashiers. In case you haven't noticed, cashiers at your favorite stores are slowly becoming lesser and lesser. Today, not every payment aisle has a cashier on the other end. This is primarily because people now prefer doing their shopping online and having their purchase delivered to them at home. Because of this, supermarket chains and other stores are hiring less and less cashiers. Additionally, there has been increasing talk on cashless payments and employee-less stores, such as the likes of Amazon. If you walk into some stores or restaurants today, the self-service stations and tills are becoming very common, even in fast food chains such as McDonald's. And even some supermarkets have adopted the self-service tills into their stores. So in the near future, it's looking like robots will be serving you, your shopping, and change. 3. Fast food cooks. I know you're probably asking who will make your burger in 2040. The truth is, by then, it's highly likely that a robot will be preparing your favorite fast food than a human being. The reason being, fast food stores spend a lot of money on employees. And recently, there's been a lot of research on kitchen automation systems. There is an 81% chance that such cooks will be redundant in 2040, and possibly even sooner. Just recently, Cali Burger tested an automated workforce where AI-driven assistants were flipping their burgers. So in the near future, don't be surprised if a robot is handing you your fries. 4. Mail carriers. Let's not even debate about this in the comments. This job is just about to vanish into thin air, just like our friend the human alarm clock. In the next 10 to 20 years, mailman will no longer exist, solely because bills and statements are currently being viewed online. And although a majority of us love receiving and reading our mail the old-fashioned way, people are, however, increasingly preferring to receive their mail via the internet. Physical mail is already transitioning from the letterbox to our email inboxes. And an increasingly fewer number of us are handwriting letters or sending postcards. However, there will be a surge in demand for couriers that deliver parcels up until drones and self-driven cargo cars take over. 5. Bank teller. So, when was the last time you went to the bank? Or how frequently do you visit the bank? I bet it was a couple of months ago, if not years. No one goes to the bank as frequently as they did a few years and decades ago. Some countries in Africa and Asia have automated all banking transactions through their mobile phones. It's only a matter of time before this becomes the global trend. When this happens, bank tellers will, unfortunately, lose their jobs. In fact, a lot more people will lose their jobs because banks won't see the need for having multiple branches. 6. Textile workers. The number of textile workers has, for the past 5 years, been dwindling at an alarming rate. First, because of cheap imports from China and other Asian countries, which has caused many textile factories in the US and many first world countries to close down. And secondly, the automation of factories. Currently, factories are semi-automated, but they will soon be fully automated. Low wage rates and unfavorable working conditions are another factor. Soon, textile factories will only require highly skilled specialist operators. 7. Printing operators. Do you buy newspapers and magazines every other day? Or do you prefer getting your news and entertainment online? I bet you said no to the first question and yes to the latter. The truth is, this industry is dying fast. Millennials and Generation Z, who form a large percentage of the population and consumers in the economy, hardly ever spend a dime on print media. Print press operators have been facing a significant decline in revenue over the last decade. Many of these businesses have pivoted to providing online services, where people subscribe to get newsletters, newspapers, and magazines. Inevitably, this industry will surely disappear in the next decade or two. 8. Sports referees. Do you aspire to have a career in sports? Say, become a referee? Well, you should rethink your dreams. The possibility of this job becoming redundant in the near future is frankly high. FIFA is currently advocating for the introduction of technology as a standard in sports. This will result in the use of video assistant referees in top leagues. If you watch any soccer games today in any of the top leagues, you'll notice that most of them have implemented video assistant referees, VAR. And although most of the refereeing decisions currently are being made by a human, don't be surprised if in a couple of years an AI takes over that role. Many people may argue that this will reduce bias in the games, and could be a positive move. Many, however, argue that some of the rules of the game are subject to interpretation, something a video assistant referee could never do. What do you think? I honestly think they shouldn't touch sports referees. The authenticity, the drama, and the spectacle they bring to a match is what makes a game beautiful. But I digress. Comment below what you think. 9. Retail jeweler. While this is among the few jobs on our list that won't be replaced by some machine, this job will potentially dwindle due to customer preferences. Research indicates that there is a great change in social behaviors that has affected the sector. In 2019, the jewelry industry shrunk by 10%, leading to the closure of multiple jewelry stores, not only in the US but the world. The younger generations of Millennials and Generation Z are simply not willing to purchase expensive jewelry. Instead, they would rather support smaller businesses or buy from those with ethical practices, as opposed from established brands. This shows that the industry will face major hurdles in the future. 10. Dispatcher. A dispatcher is someone who assigns vehicles to customers among their other tasks. I bet you didn't even know that. Because there's so few today, especially in the current age of Lyft and Uber, ride-sharing apps are becoming so popular and are slowly becoming a way of life. One no longer needs a person to book their trips. All that is required is a smartphone and an internet connection, and you are good to go. With other apps, such as Google Maps, people can find travel routes and different transportation services at the palm of their hands. I don't think this job will disappear in 10 or 20 years, but possibly the next 5. Let me know what you think about this. 11. Lumberjack. The digital age requires less and less paperwork. Businesses are moving towards more sustainable options and eco-friendly solutions, which demand less logging of trees. Today, so many companies have come up with alternative building materials that don't require the use of wood. Also, human labor in the field will soon be replaced by advanced and sophisticated technologies. I bet in the next 10 years, lumberjacks won't exist. 12. Telemarketer. Don't celebrate just yet. The annoying traditional sales calls aren't going anywhere. Instead, they are being replaced by automated sales calls. What's even more annoying than a human constantly calling you to market a product or service? A pre-recorded robotic sound. Multiple telemarketing companies are saving costs by not hiring humans, but using this tech solution that enables contacting people at any time, including at night. Yikes! 13. Fishermen. The day and age of fishing are soon coming to an end. The US and UK have been guilty of overfishing, which has resulted in the disruption of the natural marine ecosystems. As a result, government officials are looking into adopting fishing bots that can be controlled to only fish the needed quantities. Also, imports appear to be more lucrative as they are cheaper and will preserve the environment. Several funds have also been given to fish farmers to expand their practice to reduce the need for fishing in natural water points. 14. Secretaries. Artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and several other technologies have made this job redundant. Deloitte suggests that more than 60% of the jobs in this line will disappear in the next 3 years. Automation has reduced the need for hiring secretaries, and people can book appointments online and perform all other tasks previously done by secretaries digitally. In 2018, more than 50,000 jobs were lost due to this. What do you guys think about this? Let us know in the comments section. 15. Assemblers. It's clear to see that occupations in the manual labor sectors will soon go away. Assemblers, also known as fabricators, are the people responsible for assembling various parts of a product or machine. Robots, however, are quickly taking their jobs, and soon enough they will be redundant. Robots over human assembly is preferred for a couple of reasons. First, robotics are less prone to making mistakes, and it will save companies a lot of money. 2, they never strike, nor complain. It's estimated by 2028, more than 11% of the jobs in this line of work will be lost. That's more than 200,000 jobs in the US. 16. Drivers. Self-driving cars are here, and in a few decades will be all over our roads. How cool will it be just to enter a car and get to your destination without having to scramble with the steering wheel, press unnecessary brakes because of some mad drivers, or counter other reckless drivers? Life would be good, right? Picture all the accidents that will be avoided because of human errors. 17. Farmers. Have you seen the genetically modified meat made in laboratories? Or the vegetables grown in research centers? Well, if you haven't, let me inform you. Scientists and researchers are working day and night to create foods that are grown in the labs. They believe this will eradicate expenses related to growing food, food shortages, and global hunger. While their solution may sound great, it could result in the redundancy of farmers. Just imagine a world where all your foods are grown in a factory. What do you guys think? Would you eat steak made in a lab? Well, that's it for today. If you're still here, then it means you enjoyed it. Give the video a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family, just so they're aware of the future trends that could affect their career paths. If you haven't subscribed yet, you're missing out on a lot of great content. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.